Hello there, I'm Tim and he's John, and this is How to Murder Time video.
We're looking at the PS Plus games which are free this month, and we're on to Transistor.
Yeah, now I've got a bit of background here because I actually own this on the PC.
Then you can have the controller.
Oh God, have I got to play?
Yeah.
But I can't do it with a controller, it's got the weird numbers and symbols on the thing. I don't even know how to progress past this screen, really.
It's a loading screen with a
Right,
progress bar,
bar,
so
yeah,
yes,
gotcha.
you let the progress bar happen.
Okay, good. So
Did you know there's a patent on having mini-games on loading screens?
Really?
Yeah.
It's
about to run out, I believe.
That's a bit tedious. We could do with that. Mind you, we just shouldn't have mini games at all. Oh, we're off already. Yeah, this opens with a cold open, as it were. It's straight into the action.
Yeah.
Just sits there until you push a button.
Hey, Red.
Here we go.
We're not going to get away with this, are we?
Ooh. Now, this
Very
is
stylish, this game.
this is by the people who did Bastion, isn't it?
Yep.
So it's got the
Supergiant
same.
Games.
It's got the same
Push button.
voiceover jobby.
There.
Here we go. So,
Together again.
at this point, you, the viewer, know as much about it as we do. You are Red, who is an influential singer in the city of Transistor, who suddenly appears in an alleyway with a dead man and a huge sword in his chest, and off we go. It's very stylish.
It is very
stylish.
It's a beautiful looking game.
I bought the extended edition thing on Steam because it had the soundtrack on, and I very much enjoyed that as well.
They have very good soundtracks
Annual
on their
Corp,
games.
I believe.
Found us already.
Alright, use the thing. Here we go. So we're straight into the action. There's a force called the Process who are trying to chase you down. They spawn very iPod-like.
You should have
monsters.
killed the respawner.
I know. I'm talking. That's why. Now, how do I do the?
It hasn't let you do it yet.
It hasn't let me do it
it's,
yet,
It's
okay.
left trigger usually.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so far it's just a sort of isometric action game. Hit the things to stop them respawning. These weird pop-up blocks appearing. At the bottom we've got different abilities. One of them smash the ground with the sword, and the other one is a kind of ray, sort of shooty projectile ray thing. There we go. We pick up more abilities as we go.
Through the door, into a big room.
Into a very fantastic sort of glowy Art Deco cityscape. There's shades of Bioshock here, touches of Tron, I thought, as well.
Yes.
As I was playing through. I haven't finished it yet. Breakpoint, right, press this here.
More of these creeps.
Oh, it's locked. More things need to kill.
Don't fret, just...
Now here we go. This is the clever bit. This is the sort of tactical bit of it all. At any point during combat, you can pull the trigger, I think it is on here.
Yeah.
I can't remember, it's on mouse and keyboard. And up pops this sort of X-ray vision, plan your turns out thing. So yeah, the bar at the top, which is the available action points, it sort of almost becomes a bit like Battle Isle, a bit like XCOM sort
Or
of thing.
an awful lot like most Japanese RPGs.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So it recommends I move there, so I'm going to do it. So then it recommends I then follow that with a hit the monster with the power, so I'm going to do that. Wallop. And it thinks I should move there. Okay, and then wallop it. Oh yeah, use the other one.
Yep.
Yeah, because now I've got a line between two of them. See, two of them in a straight line between things. Execute plan. So that's
Yep.
right. So that goes. Boom, everyone holds still while all this all happens. So in a way, it's a kind of free go.
Go get the respawn.
Ready.
And I can do, now it's recharged, I can do it again. Here we go. Right, so I suppose I want to move over there a bit and that way, and then try and use that one so it hits both of them. And it thinks it'll kill one and leave the other at half damage, so I probably need to go over there and use the point blank wallop on it. And again. There we go. So if that all goes well, there's a certain amount of dice rolling that goes on when it executes. That should kill both of them in one turn. So here we go.
Now.
Wait. Swoosh. Swoosh. Swoosh.
It's a very nice system.
It's a very clever and innovative sort of combat, yeah. I mean, later on it gets a lot more complicated because you have monsters that protect each other with force field domes, and there are sort of static monsters that will heal each other and that kind of thing. So, I mean, initially it seems like it's an outrageously cheaty way to play.
Up there.
Oh, we're off.
And it's going to have a bit of exposition,
There we go.
Hello, world.
which we will
Look at
talk
this.
over the top of, because
Fantastic, stylish.
it is a lovely looking game.
We're on the edge of
So, explaining what's going on a bit.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to walk. You
Well,
know?
ruining the floor.
Yeah. That's a very mesmer look, that. The woman in a sort of ball gown type thing carrying a massive greatsword. That's very Guild Wars 2.
You have to bring everything back. No, Guild Wars 2 is very other things. You can't make
I
Guild Wars
know.
2 be the source of anything.
I think this came after Guild Wars 2. I'm not
No,
sure.
but the idea of
Oh,
that,
absolutely.
yes.
said.
Anyway,
Still too close to it.
so
We better get as far from there as possible.
here we go. A little bit cutscene.
La la la.
Exposition, exposition, and we're off.
Through the door.
Press X to go down some stairs. So basically, the game continues. There's various arena-y type areas.
Here we
There
go.
goes another one coming up, and we're off. Right. So you can see the dotted line around the outside edge marks where the sort of combat arena is quite large, but it is a sort of fixed area that you can't leave until you've dealt with the monsters. So I should probably go over here. Use that. Nope, that's missed. So I can take that back. How do I do that? I don't remember what button it is.
Other trigger.
Other trigger. There we go. Yeah. So reverse, reverse. Let's try a different plan. So you can take as long as you like in here. This bit isn't timed at all. The actions you sort of feed in deplete from the bar along the top, but you can take as long as you like to plan it all. So I probably want to be up there a bit. Let's try that way. Nope, that's not what I wanted to be. Let's try that way. Oh, that gets 2. That's fine. We'll have that. And we got room to do something else. Okay, so let's zoom over here and I've run out of room. All right, let's do that anyway. 2 dead.
Get out of here.
And you grab the cell thing. Those cells will respawn new monsters back in if you don't pick them up quick enough.
Which I like that. That's a nice idea.
Well, it does mean that you can't just keep ranging everything. You have to actually go to them and pick those up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be playing forever. All right. So there's a half dead body that's been sort of weirdly absorbed into the street there. Let's pick up the floaty cube thing.
Hi. You okay?
More talking.
Yes. So this is basically some other key figure of society in the city of Transistor that's died, and we picked up their personality and absorbed it into the blade, and that's turned into a new ability on the bar at the bottom there called Spark, which I press the square to use.
She says
Which is a kind of AoE blast. And as you go through, you meet more and more personalities, and you absorb them as well, and you can pick up all sorts of different other things. There's a stealth mode thing. There's one that calls in a companion pet that you can then also plan their movement in the in that little slow time thing, and so on. And there's a big old story about a sort of sinister society undermining the city and all the rest of it. Here we go. Well, how do you do tab on here? Because that's quite cool.
What's tab?
Tab on the PC version. I'll try and make it.
Push the big button in the middle.
Button in the middle? Don't know. She's a singer, see, and basically what happens when you push tab on the... no. On the PC version, no, how do I get out of here? I don't even want to be in combat. Back. Oh yeah, trigger. Oh, I can't find the control for that. But she starts humming along to the background music, which is awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, press tab to hum. But yes, she's a big singer who's... what's that? She's apparently traumatically lost her voice, you see. And that's part of the big story.
It's a bit of a problem if you're
That's why you end up
a
humming to everything.
I couldn't stop them.
So now she's a professional hummer.
Something like that. I love the art style and the art direction to it all. It's a very sort of polished and slick, stylish thing.
As a studio, they are incredibly good at
Being attacked.
doing
staring at the
this kind
footsteps.
of visually attractive.
Yeah, it's gorgeously stylish in the sort of same way that BioShock and that kind of thing have tried to be as well. And this does carry it off, but it doesn't feel like a sort of pale imitation of BioShock. It feels quite a lot like its own thing, with its own influences mixed in there as well. It's really, really interesting. As for the gameplay, I don't know. Oops.
Yeah, that's
she-
workings though.
Yeah, she teleports away when you hit her, so you have to sort of bear that in
And
mind.
leaves a thing behind.
Yeah, so you can get so far just sort of running up behind and walloping her. Whoops. Undo. No.
Kill. Murder, death, kill.
I'm gonna use, because you can use some of your remaining time to find some cover as well, because a lot of these, particularly the boss fight type ones, have big wind-up attacks, so you want to be safely out of the way when you execute the plan. There we go. Now I can't be shot from there. And there's some shadow ones I need to try and attack as well. Ah!
Use your AoE.
Use my stop time and plan things ability. That's the one. Alright, let's use the AoE, yes, which is the square. We picked that up, didn't we? Oh, okay, but undo one of those and give myself some running away time. No, undo 2. There we go, that looks like a safe execution. Here we go. Pow! Of course, she's gone, so
Yeah.
this is going to take a while, this one.
Well, you must nearly be there.
Oh, the shadow one doesn't seem to do much damage when it actually wails at you. Alright, so really you can only use one hit here and then...
Yeah, but
Run away.
only got a couple of hit points left, so
yeah,
you've won.
I think I've got it. I just got to stumble around the back of this block to use up my full time. Here we go. Oh.
Finally.
So there's a lot of variation in that. Whoa, God.
Pick him up, pick him up.
It's too late.
Too late.
Too late, yeah.
See, it's all gone a bit pear-shaped now.
Because I didn't anticipate having to pick up the leftover respawning cell thing. But I can probably do this in real time. Just keep spamming the AoE thing. These only got a tiny amount of hit points each. There we go, all done.
Yeah, so if you don't like the turn-based combat, you don't really have to use it that much, but it will be easier if you do.
It is the core of the game. It is basically a series of these little fights that go all the way through the game. And there's a lot of really interesting and provocative story there, and some fantastic and gorgeous art design and sounds and so on, music. But if you don't like the idea of this sort of turn-based planning,
you probably shouldn't be playing.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to get quite annoying. And a lot of it gets quite tricky later on as well, with like artillery pieces and some quite ferocious boss stuff. I haven't got terribly far through myself as it is, but later on you get a sort of access to this alternate pocket dimension, which is full of challenge rooms as well, where you have a certain amount of creatures you have to kill in 4 moves or whatever to unlock various extra bits and pieces. One interesting feature, which I'm trying to work out how to get to and show you now, it probably hasn't introduced it to us yet.
This didn't used to be here.
Here we go, breakpoint. Let's have a look at that. Press X. Let's have a look at that. No. Ah, now you see this is a puzzle. Oh dear, I can't open both doors at once. Yes, I can. One there.
You're using the combat system to solve a puzzle. Is that allowed?
Doink. Doink. And they're both gone. Hurrah! Oh look, we found another chap.
Oh, he doesn't.
Let's absorb his soul for power and ability. No, that's square. X.
Hey, Mr. Moyle.
I would love it if the PS controller had X in the same place as on the Xbox controller. That's my problem. The X is where the square is, and the square is where the A should be.
A lot of people would say it should be the other way around because the one came before the other.
Well, I don't care as long as basically. Whoosh. Okay, so that new ability is a kind of short-range teleport type thing, I've gathered. So we're building up a repertoire. There's 4 along the bottom. I've got all the slots in it. Oh dear, this is boss fight. I was kind of hoping we wouldn't have to do one of these. Right, here you go. Over to you.
Well, I think that's a good place to leave this video as we're about to die.
As now dies terribly.
So, I definitely think this game is possibly the best one out of the batch.
It's very good. I've not played Bastion, have you?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's good? Very good.
Is it similar to this? Different sort of thing?
The combat isn't turn-based, but and it's just bash stuff, and the voiceover is very similar.
Ah, right. As you've seen here, if you fail and get killed, it will actually kick into turn-based time and let you have a go at getting yourself out of trouble anyway, so it's quite difficult to totally lose, but... That's your plan, is it?
Yep.
Wail on the boss.
It's working.
I think this one is a good game. I think it's worth it. It's relatively cheap, I think, on Steam or whatever.
Yeah, and it's free on this.
And it's free on... What's this, PS?
On PS Plus this month.
PS Plus this month?
Definitely worth getting.
Worth a go. It's a very, very interesting game.
Yeah.
So, with that, we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.